Some kids are born genius, and some are creatively made by parents. Welcome to M for Parenting.
Hello parents, this is Priyanka Barge. Welcome to M for Parenting. Today is the 10th episode of Parenting and Child Development, the 10th video, and today's topic is mind training for kids. Training the mindset of kids or training the mind of your kids. Now first let me tell you what is the difference between mind and brain. And we mostly get confused between what is the brain and what is the mind and what is the difference between the two. See, brain is a physical organ that we all can see and study. Okay, the main function done by your brain is producing thoughts about anything and everything. Producing thoughts. The brain is completely the conscious part of your body. Whatever thinking and thought production is done, it is completely conscious. It is a visible structure that we all can see. Whereas mind is not visible. It is the subconscious part. Okay, and the two important functions that are done by your mind is thinking and imagination about anything and everything. Thinking and imagination. Okay, so thoughts are produced by the brain and thinking and imagining about those thoughts is done by the mind. So mind and brain are two completely different things, but the brain has a huge influence of the mind over it. 99% the brain is influenced by the mind. Okay, so whatever thoughts are produced by the brain takes actions on these thoughts depending upon the things that are imagined by the mind on those thoughts. Okay, so the actions that the brain is taking about anything, it is dependent upon what and how the mind thinks and imagines about that thing. So I'll give you an example that will help you to understand what is the mind and brain and how they are related. Okay, so see, if you decide to avoid sugar or completely stop eating sugar in order to lose weight, suppose, let's take as an example. Now your brain has firmly decided to stop eating sugar, right? So you start with it, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and then one fine day you see a picture of a cake somewhere. So your eyes capture the picture of the cake, they send the signal to the brain, and then immediately your mind gets active when you see the picture of the cake. The mind immediately becomes active and the mind starts thinking about that cake and imagining the cake and also imagining other kinds of sweets that may be favorite to you. So the mind is not only thinking about the cake that your eyes are seeing, it also starts imagining about other sweets that may be favorite to you. And the mind, along with thinking and imagining, it starts amplifying that imagination and that thinking. So it amplifies it so much that you get tempted and you eat that cake or you eat any other kind of sweet that may be available at your house. So see, your brain had firmly decided not to eat sugar, right? But the mind has done its thinking and imagination work so much, amplified it so much that it tempted you and forced you to eat the sweet. So see, such a huge impact of the mind over the brain, such a huge influence of the mind over the brain. So even if you train the brain of your child with different kinds of brain activities, the mind is always going to distract him or her when he or she is trying to do something good. So the mind is such a strong thing. Even if it is subconscious, it is so much strong that it is capable of tempting you, forcing you to do some other things. Okay, and so it is very important to train the mind along with the brain. So training the mind of your child along with training the brain is also important, because eventually the mind decides what you do. Your actions are completely influenced by the thinking and imagination of the mind. But training the brain is actually very easy, but training the mind is not at all easy, because controlling your thinking and imagination is not that easy. But you have to train the mind of your child, because even if you make the brain of your child very strong and firm, in future when he starts getting controlled by the mind, by the imagination and thinking of the mind, he'll surely get tempted or distracted, and he'll be taken away from good things by the mind. So there are many techniques that can be used to train the mind of children, and today I'm going to discuss the first technique, and that is called as mind tracing. So what is mind tracing? I'll tell you. Mind tracing is about what and how your mind thinks and imagines about anything and designing solutions for it. So I'll just repeat. Tracing what and how your mind thinks and imagines, and then designing solutions for it. So here I have shown you a mind map. So you have to create similar kind of mind map for your child. So what you have to do is you have to sit with your child. Okay, ask him or her a few questions that will help you to design the mind map. So you have to draw the mind map depending upon the answers that your child is giving you for the questions that you ask. Okay, now here I've taken the example of public speaking. So let us create a mind trace for public speaking. Okay, now as you can see in the picture, now for what you have to do is, for a mind trace you have to go by 3 steps. So in the first step, what you have to do is, if it is a public speaking, ask yourself or ask the child about what is public speaking according to him, or what all things need to be done to do public speaking. Okay, like the first thing is, for public speaking you have to be part of some groups. Second, you have to start connecting with people. Third is, you should have knowledge to do public speaking. Fourth is, you have to build skills like confidence for public speaking. So these are the 4 things that you need to do, or you think, your mind thinks. The first 4 things that come to your mind when you say public speaking are these 4 things. So you have to ask questions to your child that what is public speaking, or what does it think about public speaking, and then plot those things on a piece of paper. So these are the 4 things that came to my mind: being part of groups, connecting with people, having knowledge, and building skills about public speaking. So these are the first steps. So this is the first thread of mind trace. Now the next thread. Now for being part of groups, what do you need to do? You need to socialize. For connecting with people, what you need to do? You need to approach those people and speak to them. For having knowledge, what you need to do? You need to learn. For building skills, you need to practice. So put these second threads on the piece of paper. Now the third thread is, what are the hurdles that you face while doing all these things that you have planned? So for socializing, you may get anxiety. For approaching and speaking to people, you might get fear. You want to learn and have knowledge, but you have no mentor. You want to build skills, but you have no exposure. So these may be your hurdles in all these things. So this is the third thread. So the first thread is, what is public speaking and what all things need to be done for public speaking. Second thread is, what all things need to be done to get the first thread done. So if you want to complete the first thread, what all things need to be done. So that is the second thread. And then what is the third thread? The hurdles that you face while doing the second thread. Okay. So this is the mind map for public speaking. So I've just taken public speaking as example. You can take any topic which you want to explore and teach your child. Like if concentration in studies is the topic, then you can prepare a mind trace for concentration in studies by asking questions to your child. What is concentration and what things he should do for concentration according to him? Plot them. Then what are the things that need to be done for completing this first step? And then what are the hurdles in bringing concentration while studies? So that will be the third thread. So similarly, you design this mind trace, you make this mind trace, and then you have to design solutions. Now you have to design solutions for anxiety, for fear, for no mentor, for no exposure. So with that, the second thread will get fulfilled. So your child will be able to socialize, he will be able to approach people and speak to them, he will be able to learn, he will be able to practice, and then eventually he can be part of groups, he will start connecting with people, he will start having knowledge, he will start building skills, and eventually he will become good at public speaking. So you have to do back tracing when you are designing solutions. When you design the last solution, you will get rid with the second last problem. Okay. So this is the kind of mind trace that you have to do with your child for any and every topic possible with your child. You can do mind tracing for any topic possible. Okay. So do try this mind tracing technique. It surely works, and you and your child will be able to figure out what are the problems he or she is facing about those topics, and what all things need to be done to become expert in those topics, what all things need to be done to make your mind habitual with those topics, train your mind to become excellent in those topics, and then you can design solutions and start implementing and supporting, encouraging your child to do them. Okay, so do try this mind tracing. Convey me if you like this video, if it works for your child, and keep watching. Also do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Subscribe to the channel to guide your kids towards success. And press the bell icon to get updated with all the videos.